we've had a barber we interviewed last year, and I really love interviewing barbers. I really love the industry. Even though I've only interviewed one barber so far, this will be my second and the first for this year. But I really love the industry. It's a really needed industry. And we spoke with Barber Janone last year, and told us about what happens and how to become a barber. And we got a young barber actually. He's just started about probably a year or two ago, and we'll find out how long. Barber Bash.
Man, thank you for having me.
So, can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself and what you do and all that?
Well, like he said, my name is Barber Bash. I was born in Miami. I was raised between Miami and Broward. Actually, you can say all over Florida, really, because I lived in Tampa, I lived in Broward, Miami, and for 2 years, well, actually a year and a half now, I've been a barber, and definitely has changed my life around. Barbering's definitely changed my life around.
How old are you?
I'm actually 23 right now.
23 years old.
Correct. Be 24 on June 7th. Gemini.
When I first met you, it was about a year and a half ago, and I go to this barbershop nearby, and you were there, and I think you were just starting off, right?
I was just starting off. Believe it or not, when I was in school, I was the only student actually working at a barbershop. You understand? I was the only.
How old were you?
I want to say when I started barbering, it was
had to be 16.
20, no.
Oh, no.
When I started barbering?
Yeah.
Like cutting hair?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I was 20, 21. That's when I went to school. Oh. So I've only been cutting professionally for 2 years to a year and a half.
You're right off the press.
I'm right off the press, exactly.
Now, before school, did you cut hair before? Like in high school, did you cut your friend's hair?
No, you know what got me to actually have a little interest in barbering?
Right.
I got sent to a boot camp when I was younger.
What kind of boot camp?
It was a discipline boot camp. It was like a military boot camp. They made you sleep there and everything. It was like a 7 months program where,
Really?
Yeah, they had to wake you up at 45 in the morning, everything, the whole nine. It was ex-military people actually
Might as well join the military.
Right? I was trying to, but it didn't work out. For some reason, God led me to barbering, which I love now.
Oh, wow.
But,
yeah.
when I was at that boot camp, everybody had a job. Mm-hmm. And my job was, obviously, I was cutting hair, but there was no phase. There was none of that. All you did was just a 0 or a 1, whatever they wanted. I can't really think of the top. I think it was a 0, but 0's basically ball. I would say 1. I found a little interest in that. So that kind of gave me a little interest towards the barbering industry.
I don't know if it was you or someone else. Oh, no, it was this other barber that I was talking to that I liked seeing Instagram videos of people cutting hair.
Right.
And she was saying, well, it's probably because you're OCD. You like to see things getting cleaned and faded. Don't you agree with that?
Yeah, you know what? That's true. It could be true. I'm OCD myself. At my studio where I live at, I always need something in a certain spot. I need to be doing something cleaning or something.
Yeah.
So that could be true.
Yeah, but also not just that, but it's also an art.
Very true. Very true. It is an art.
What type of haircuts do you do? Do you do fades, blowouts?
Oh, I do the whole thing, man. I'm actually learning how to do more cosmetic side, like women's hair. I'm trying to learn women's hair, actually.
Really?
I want to go back to school, actually, for that.
How much different is that from barbering?
Way different. There's a lot of more key components that play into doing women's hair, coloring, flat ironing hair. There's a lot of things that come with that. So
I heard there's more money in that than barbering, which is that true or not?
Yes and no, because barber can make more or as much as a cosmetologist as well. But yes, women, they pay more for their hair, but it takes more time too. So at the end, to me, it really equals out.
Yeah, because it averages at around. I've seen $40 for a woman's cut or woman's.
It depends what they want. Trim costs
Ooh, sorry. The phone. So you went to barber school. Cool. How was that experience? And, was it, you probably learned a lot more stuff than before.
To be honest, in school, I didn't really learn that much. What I learned really in school was how to pass the exam, how to get my license.
Oh, wow.
And shout out to Ivana, because if it wasn't for Ivana, I wouldn't be going to school. She literally grabbed me by my shoulders, like, take yourself to school, you know, like, go do something. At the time, I wasn't really doing good with myself.
Which is one thing about that I've learned, that every state is different.
Mm-hmm.
But in Florida, they require you to have a license to cut, and you have to, like...
I think every state requires you to have a license.
I heard Utah, you don't need to.
What?
Yeah.
I need to do my research on Utah.
That's weird.
But I don't know. I'd rather have a license. I think you can get paid more for having a license, actually.
Exactly. Now, what do they teach you in barber school? Exactly.
They're teaching you, okay, believe it or not, they're teaching you anatomy, chemistry, a bunch of microbiology was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
They're teaching you so many different things that comes into play when you're learning about barbering, because it is very true. It's very important that you need to learn about the AIDS out here, all the diseases out here, because
you cut someone.
Exactly, it's easy for a barber to actually get a disease. It's very true. You can easily cut somebody if you have a cut on you and the blood transfer from blood. You know how it is.
Yeah.
So you have to learn everything.
Now Bash is huge on Instagram. I think he has a great selfie, not selfie, but great like monologue, which I call rants.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the rants you gave early on was you always got to spray your equipment.
Spray, yes.
Why is that important?
Man, sanitary is very important. You don't like I said, it goes back to the disease compartment. Look, like if you're cutting somebody that has a certain disease, and you go and cut somebody else up, and clippers are easy to cut somebody. You can cut somebody very easy with clippers if you don't have them like leveled out right or whatever the case may be. You can easily spread it, so that's very important to me. Not to say that the barber side totally cleans the whole clipper, but it's very important to clean it. It's gonna clean it to enough to where it won't spread anything. You understand? Like I believe that. And that's what they taught us in school. It's very important to be sanitary.
I agree with that, because you did also make a point where if you don't, you could like mess up a person's scalp. It could be bumpy.
Very true.
Have a rash.
And a lot of things too. Some people come in, like the other day I had somebody come in with ringworm. A lot of the barbers nowadays, they don't check the scalp or any of that before they cut the hair. I make that a key thing. Before I cut hair, just check.
I didn't realize that.
This guy had ringworm. I was like, sir, I can't cut your hair. You got ringworm. He's like, what?
Wow.
He got offended. I was like, sir, I don't mean to offend you or nothing.
How about lice? Have you
lice is very contagious.
Wow.
I've never had nobody like
I don't think about that.
I don't have to go through that. But.
I don't think about that because, I mean, obviously, you do cut kids' hair. So, I mean, right. Like the probability for a kid to have it.
It's probably higher,
It's probably higher than a guy.
Yeah.
But that type of stuff. Wow, it's quite interesting. Yeah, and you just gotta say, sorry, sir, I can't do this.
Respectfully.
And hopefully quietly.
Right, I gotta. Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I love you. I love to cut your hair, but I can't do this.
I love. Shout out all my clients because I love you guys. At the end of the day, you guys are the ones helping me out. So
exactly,
I do. I show love to them.
Exactly, and after you graduate, obviously you get your license.
Correct.
And one of the things that I realized, and that a lot of barbers could find a job really easy.
Oh, man.
Tell me about that.
Yes, it's very easy. But after you graduate, you don't technically get your license. Where you're graduating from school is you're just getting your hours in order to take the exam to get your license. Oh. And a lot of the barbers out here are very lazy when they go to school. They don't get their license. Actually, I would say 80% of the people that go to school that finish their hours don't get their license.
Really?
Yeah, but yes, as soon as you do end up getting a job very easy, like it's easy. I feel like I've had it easier at being a barber than being just like not being a barber. You understand?
Right.
Like it's so easy to get a job, especially if you have a portfolio to show by yourself. Like.
Can you tell us like the different types of barbershops you've noticed?
Oh man.
I mean, I know there's different styles, but
right.
Explain some styles that you've seen out there.
Styles as far as what? Like,
I mean, there's some barbershops that know how to do the fades. That that just really know how to make cuts. There's, barbershops like super cuts, which
I don't even consider that a barbershop.
There you go. I mean, I guess
a super cut.
I guess there's probably two different types. There's like the corporate chain ones and the mom and pop ones, But so and of course there's Tiger Cuts, there's sports cuts.
I've never heard of Tiger Cuts. I heard of sports cuts. I've heard of
they could have closed down.
Right, they could.
Hair cuttery. I used to go there by default.
Let me tell you the difference between like supercuts and like let's say this category of supercuts and barber shops because they're totally different. I mean, if you go to a supercuts and you tell them to do a razor, they're gonna look at you like, what?
Exactly.
What's a razor? Like or if you ask them to do their beard or somebody's beard, they're like, beard? I don't do that.
It's interesting.
It's different.
Like ever since I was a kid, it feels like there's been more of those, those mom and pop barber shops. I can't really, describe the name. Like, could be modern. I don't know what it is, but where like they'll use a blade, they'll use a razor, to do a tape.
Right.
Has that been more frequent lately? You think?
Definitely, especially in South Florida.
Yeah.
The thing about South Florida is, listen, I love all my barbershops in South Florida. Let me just say that, but a bunch of them are ghetto, and I can say that.
You could say that. It's interesting because, I actually lived in Hialeah at one point, a couple of years. And I used to go to this barbershop. A bunch of old men used to cut my hair. Okay. Now you're seeing a bunch of young guys cutting
young guys coming to the industry, right?
Why is that?
I don't know. It's the next new movement, man. Being in the barbershop, I've learned a lot, man. Like, not to talk down on barbers or anything, but the majority of them are people who are like, and it's the truth, are felons or stuff like that. Because, like you say, it's easy for us to get a job and stuff like that. It's easier, You can't go to a job where they check your background. We're our own boss. You understand?
Pretty much. That's what I've heard.
We're basically our own boss. If you're paying rent at a barbershop, that's your square. That's your business.
Yeah.
So it's easy. We don't have to go to no background check. We don't got to do none of that. You understand?
It's true. It's pretty much if you have the license.
Yeah, and it's just people that got like issues in their life. I would say that it's honestly true. That's what I believe. Yeah. And what I've experienced.
Now, for barbershops, I know there's two different type of models. Correct. There's ones that the barbershop takes a percentage. Correct. Which is usually 30 to 40%. Okay. And the other ones that you got to pay the seat, like $500-$600. Which model is better, you think?
It depends because if you got a good clientele base, you're probably gonna lean more towards the rent. That's how I feel. I have a good clientele base, but at the shop that I'm working at right now, it's commission is 60-40. I'm getting 60, they get 40. Okay. That's actually I think that's what you were trying to say, but that's actually most barbershops, they get, the barber gets 60, the owners get 40. 40%, yeah. The reason why I like that at this point in my life is because, the owner has to provide, the product and
they got to pay rent. They got to pay the electricity bill.
Right. And you know what? I like getting my check. I feel like I'm a little, at my point in my life, I'm young. I want to spend money. I want to do all this. So it kind of helps me actually getting my check at the end of the week. Yeah. And that's just me being honest. Sometimes I can't control my money, which I'm trying to work on. That's my error. But,
hey, everybody doing got budgets. But I heard you're looking for an apartment, so that's a good sign.
Right. No, I mean, I currently live by myself. I'm just looking for a new apartment because, like, the one I'm at right now is kind of small. So
I saw it on, via Instagram, but it seems like you're able to manage it.
Right. I mean, I got OCD.
Hey, it happens. It's interesting, like, I'm not here to promote your barbershop, but I like your barbershop style. I haven't been in there.
Thank you.
But it feels like it's small, and it comes down to 4 barbers, and it feels like it's less crowded, and it's more personal.
Yeah, you can focus more on your client shots, some sort of your barbershop.
There you go. I mean, had to be brought up, because you work there, right? So, obviously, now you're seeing people with beards. Now you're seeing people... Yes. How many clients of yours you got to cut their beard?
Actually, the majority of people that come into that barbershop have a beard. And especially to that shop where I'm at because a lot of the shops don't offer the steam service or the hot towel service or that, that old-fashioned services, So I see a lot of people that come in there with beards. Plus, I'm in a Jewish community. They don't shave their beards off.
I was going to ask you about that.
They trim it up. They keep it maintained, but they don't shave it off at all.
Have you ever heard of like those barbershops that charge $300? And it's pretty much a spa, pretty much.
What?
$300 for a haircut, and and they massage you and everything. Have you heard of those type of barbershops?
I've heard of house calls like that. I've never heard of an actual barbershop charging that much. You know what? I take that back. I did. In California, shout out to A-Rod, though. That's a good barber. He's one of my inspirational barbers, man. He's a really good barber, man.
Which he was in Miami recently.
He was. I was at Miami Elite, the Expo.
Yeah, Expo.
And I was recently going through his page on Instagram, and I was trying to see how much he charged because I want to get to that level at one point.
I don't want to charge $100 a cut, right?
Bro, that guy is on some different level stuff. Let me tell you that. And that's what I'm trying to get to. So I try to like motivate myself by looking at other people's prices. To be honest, because like I look through his page, he's booked forever, and he a starting cut over there, I believe, is like $70, $100 or something like that. Yeah. And I look at that, I'm like, I want to get there, you know.
How much of Instagram has helped barbers?
So much. I don't think barbers know how important using Instagram is and promoting yourself on that is. I don't think they understand.
Yeah, because I think the advantage you guys have now is it's greater than ever. What? You know, back 10 years ago,
you couldn't do that. There was no such thing as
word of mouth. Oh, like Bash is a great barber. I recommend him. You probably get clients you've never met in person before. Right. Hey, I saw you on Instagram.
Yes,
I think you cut really well.
Yes.
I'm going to you.
Yes. To be honest, if it wasn't for me being a barber and trying to promote myself, I wouldn't have social media. So I that's how important that is to me. I have that for barbering. And, you know, to please my client, I like making people laugh. Like you said, I make my videos and whatnot.
You have good comedy. I'm not sure if it's your family's a pretty funny family or you just were born with that instinct.
I think I was born with it. I don't know. I got a lot of family. I know. Shout out to my family. I got a lot of family members that are funny, man. Like my grandpa. I love you, abuelo.
Yeah, and you know, and also you're a family guy.
I am.
You know, like you go every holiday. I see you recording. Hey, I'm making lechon with my mom or my dad. I'm cutting potatoes. You know, and you're helping out in the attic.
Yeah,
you know, fixing things.
I think nowadays people are ashamed to like show their family off. I'm not.
That's good, man. That's very important. Yeah, you gotta love your family. You know, have priorities with them first. But you know, back to Instagram. Okay. I'm really curious because I'm not sure if it's just me that I like seeing these videos, but I really do think that you know a lot of these barbers are also getting promotions. They're getting like you know sponsorship deals with gel, with combs, with you know razors.
Right.
What do you think about that revolution?
I think that's great. It's great, man. You're giving us opportunity to grow. It's positive. I love it.
I like it too. I think it's a good. I mean, you know, because you think that there's a ceiling for barbers. No, there isn't.
Mm-mm.
You know,
it's never a ceiling.
Exactly. With internet and everything, I think you're able to, you know, just to show that brand, wear that brand hat. You know,
right.
Wear that T-shirt, you know, things like that. But who knows? Maybe you'll get a sponsorship deal.
I hope. Hey, look, I'm out here, Bash the Barber. Hey, listen, I would love one.
Now, one thing I've noticed, you don't mind doing house calls, don't you?
Man, look, when I'm cutting hair, I don't think of it as work. It's not a work to me. I love cutting hair.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I get to make money. I love it. So if I could be cutting hair 24/7 a day, I would. It's an art to me. It's like an artist painting on their canvas a picture or something, or whatever, and they find enjoyment in it. I love cutting hair.
Can you do those little hair designs?
You know what? I'm learning that right now. It's been one of my weaknesses, but hey, I'm learning right now. I did one on my boy, one of my barbers that worked with Chris the other day. I did a Bad Bunny design. Everybody knows Bad Bunny. Shout out Bad Bunny. I did one on him, and man, I think it came out pretty good for me doing design. Never doing designs like that. Really? But that is something I'm focusing on now. I have my mannequins at the house. I'm starting to practice.
That's my question. Like, if you're in barber school or learn how to cut, like, do they have some mannequins you can practice on?
Yeah, of course, man. Just people don't be like doing that because they lazy or whatever. I got girl mannequins, boy mannequins. I shaved all their heads off. I'm starting to do designs on them now.
How can you buy those things?
Online.
On Amazon or
Anywhere.
something?
You can find them.
Okay. Yeah, that's something I always wonder is like, okay, I gotta practice on this guy and I could mess it up.
Nah.
Unless he wants to shave it off, eventually.
I'd rather not do that. Because then people are gonna be like, where'd you get that, Bash the Barber? Oh, I'm not going to him.
Do you also do dreads?
No, but I want to learn that. You know, I've been looking, Sir Cricket, everybody follows, she's really cool. She does dreads. I'm trying to learn off her. I actually used to have dreads.
I remember.
Yes.
When I first met you, you had
Yeah,
dreads.
I'm growing out my whole head now. I want to do this. That's a lifestyle, man. It's really cool. I really like it, actually. Dreads is a really fun way. People look at it as like I don't know. They look at it in a negative way. If people really knew the process of it and how that works, it teaches you a lot of life lessons, actually.
I remember when people used to go to Bahamas and girls get dreads when they're in the Bahamas or in the Caribbean. I don't know why that was. I mean, they probably want to tan their scalp or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But what type of haircuts have you been seeing lately from guys? Are they getting like a lot of fades? Are they still getting blowouts? What style have you been seeing?
I mainly see skin fades. I'm not gonna lie.
I do it all the time.
I know. I love the way you got your hair. It looks nice, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I do mainly do skin fades, but you got your people that come in. They want the traditional haircuts, all scissors and all that.
That's awesome.
It's even.
Do you use when you do like the skin fade? Do you use the gel or the shaving cream?
When I do a skin fade,
Yeah.
Look, in barbering, everybody got their own style. So I'm not gonna say I don't do the whole shaving with and I shave down with no. I mean, everybody has their own style.
Yeah,
everybody whatever works for them. Me personally, I like using my shavers, the machines.
I gotcha.
So I'll outline and whatever, and then I'll shave it right after to start my skin fade.
What is your favorite machine to use?
Oh, 5 stars. The 5-star, the Magic Clippers, the Magics. Oh my God,
Really?
those are a blessing to the barber industry.
Wow.
They're so, it's my babies.
If a barber is starting off, how much money do you think he has to put down for equipment?
If a barber starting off, to be honest, I would keep it simple. I had there was a barber that, when we was in school, which he's my dog. I'm not talking crap about him, but this man bought a whole army of clippers and stuff when we were
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary. He barely used any. It's like I don't blame him though. He was so hyped up to being barber, and I fed off his energy.
If he has money to burn.
If you have money to burn, right. If you got money to burn, go do what you do. If you want to buy a million clippers, a whole army of clippers, go do what you do. But I don't think it's necessary. I feel like to be honest, up to this day, I only use 3 clippers in total.
Really?
Which, some people look at me like, wow, you don't use that. But
that costs about how much?
Yeah.
With the machine and everything.
Probably like $400.
$100? Yeah, I heard it was about that. Juno says about like $800.
Everybody's going to be different because,
Yeah.
like I said, some people got an army of clippers. Some people, it's whatever
Yeah.
comfortable to them.
Have you seen those machines where you change the number in the machine?
Yeah, you're talking about the JRLs.
Yes, thank you, brought it up. You know all about it. What do you think about that machine?
I've never used it personally. I've seen other people use it, but
Right.
I think it's too high tech for me. I like the old traditional up and down.
Yeah.
Yes,
Change
exactly.
the clip.
Exactly.
One other thing that barbershops have been doing is adding facials.
Oh man, we love doing those where I'm at.
Do you think that's necessary now?
Yeah, yes. What? When people come to a barbershop after a long day of work or after a long day of whatever they've been doing, they want to relax.
Right.
And a lot of clients today don't even know what a facial. When I tell a client, oh, it's on the house, let me treat you to a facial, they're looking at me like weird because when people think about facials, it's weird. I don't know, it's something else.
It's probably a girl thing. That's why.
They're thinking about something else, so it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, let me treat you. Some of them say yes, some of them say no, and when they do it, I guarantee you're gonna fall asleep on my chair. You're gonna fall asleep.
Okay, so you put the facial on while you're cutting the hair, or you do it after the haircut?
No, I do it after the haircut.
Okay, I was wondering what's the right way to do it.
I think you're getting confused with the black mask. You see sometimes
Black mask.
some people do the black mask
Yeah.
while they're cutting their hair. I mean, that's just to save time. Personally, I like taking my time with my clients and actually connecting with them.
Wow.
So I'll do my haircut and then do my facial.
What is a good average time you should spend on a haircut?
I would say that depends on your level and where you're at. But me personally, I spend anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes on my haircuts.
Yeah, to have full attention.
I really like giving my time to my clients. It really pays off.
Yeah, that's something that I've noticed because I've seen barbershops that are trying to do volume and try to get a haircut in 20 minutes.
Man,
It doesn't have like the.
listen, guys. You got your clients. You got to read them. You got your clients that want to be in and out. You got your clients that actually want their time taken. The majority of people want their time taken though, because it's like, what are they really paying for? You understand? Like at my shop is different because you don't really see too many shops off bat charging $30 a haircut.
No.
So we try to show love to our client. We take our time with our clients. You understand? So
Yeah.
you're paying for what you get. You pay for what you get. You understand? You go to all these other barbershops that are charging $10 a haircut. You're out. You know?
Those still exist?
What? They're everywhere because they think that I don't know. I don't know what they think, but I know my value. I know my value. I'm sorry. I'm not saying, hey, if you're paying, if you charge, that's all power to you.
I go $20 and up.
Value.
Barbershops.
Exactly. You have to. I mean, listen. People are willing to pay for like $50, $60, in weed, and they want to smoke and do all this other stuff. But you won't spend $50, $60 on yourself.
You got to.
And value yourself.
Girls look at the haircut.
Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous. They love good haircuts.
Good haircut.
You know what I'm saying? Don't look at me right now. I'm looking kind of shaggy. I'm trying to let my hair grow out. So.
When is your finished product gonna happen?
Oh man, I'm hoping within the next 5 to 6 months.
Oh, it's
I'll
the time.
I wanna bun it up. You know, I want that little bun up. I want the little bun up. So.
How often do you do like the line up top to your clients?
The majority of people that have your type of haircut, the comb over, they do the line because I feel like that defines more of the fade and the comb over fade. You know.
You got to do it.
You have to.
Yeah.
It looks clean.
Now, obviously, like when we mentioned your barbershop, tell us a little bit about the owner, because I heard you guys went to school together or something, or he was your instructor?
He was my instructor.
That's right.
Miles, I love you, man.
Great guy. Seems like a very nice guy.
Man.
And he's opened up, and plus he's opened up a new location in Broward.
Cooper City, man. It's part of Barbershop.
And like he's had that barbershop in Ventura for 2 years?
A year now. We just completed a year last December. Still people are trying to find out about us. They don't even know we're in there yet.
And you guys opened up a Broward location. I love growth.
Huh?
Love that type of growth.
Growth, right. To me, at first, I thought it was a little bit too much for him. We're not going to get into that, though. I thought it was a little bit. But you know what? He's proven me wrong. That man's on top of his game. And shout out to you. That man inspires me every day. And he doesn't even know it himself.
Hey, if he's able to do it, God bless him.
Amen to him. And God bless. I'm right behind. I'm supporting you, man.
Have you ever thought about opening up a barbershop in the future?
I do want to, but to be honest, at all the barbershops I've seen and I'm worked at and whatnot, all the owners, they seem stressed out. I don't like being stressed. But that comes with the game too, man. You gotta sacrifice. You gotta do what you have to get to the level you want. So at this moment, no, I don't want a barbershop. Maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, I do want one though.
Most owners cut hair, don't they?
Most owners cut hair in their barbershop. Yes, I would say so.
Yeah, because
why wouldn't you? You're making more money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to mention this one barbershop, which everyone might know, but I think the owner doesn't cut the hair. But well, that's all I can say. I can't. If I say it, I know you. I know you know the barbershop, but we'll talk about it after the show. If you want to see it, pay premium. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
I think that's dumb, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, like I think most barbers, you got to know the game. You got to know, you got to fill it out.
Right,
you got to be there. Maybe cut hair for like 20 years, then you own the barbershop, and then you stop cutting. Maybe that's different,
right?
But it's interesting because like we'll see a barbershop open up like a second location, but I haven't seen more than 2.
Right.
So I'm really curious, because your barbershop where you're at, which I really think there's a lot of potential because it seems like it's a little bit more high end, but it's like perfect.
Right. We give liquor to our clients. We don't sell it because we don't have a liquor license. We actually it comes with the haircut, so we got around that little loophole. So we're
Any food?
You know what? That's a good idea, but no, not food yet.
Finger foods.
Finger foods. Yes, we do have those.
And when is your typical lunchtime, and what do you usually like to eat?
I'm Cuban, man. I love my rice and beans.
If you see his Instagram, he sells Cuban food like nothing.
I love my ropa vieja. I love all that good stuff, man.
With the knife. You do it with the knife, right? Woo.
Yeah, man.
And a knife in your hand, eat it. Do it.
I love my food, man. Even though you see me, I'm kind of like,
Bro, you keep yourself well in shape.
I love
it. Might be the Cuban food.
Yeah, it might be the Cuban food. The frijoles negros,
Oh, man. Even though you're half Venezuelan, too.
I'm half Venezuelan, yeah, so I eat a lot of arepa as well.
Arepas, you put some pabellon inside.
Venezuelans, man. There's a horrible thing going on over there. I love y'all.
I know. It's tough.
God bless you, man.
But other than that, I mean, what's a good time to eat lunch for you?
Personally, I try to take my break from 1 to 2.
Wow.
Or, it depends because then I also have to go walk my dog. I love my dog, Nala. She's so beautiful, man.
You're a dog person.
Yes, man. She emotionally and physically keeps me balanced. And, I think a dog has a lot of impact on humans. So
yeah,
I try to go walk my dog and then go eat.
That's good, man. That's good. So Barber Bash, if you had to tell someone that wants to, enter barbering, what would you tell them?
Hustle.
That's
Hustle, hustle, hustle. Hustle, hustle, hustle. I mean, this is a hustling game, man. It's a hustling game, and you got to be on your P's and Q's because there's a lot of sharks out here as well. A lot of sharks, a lot of predators out here that if you don't want it as bad as them, they're going to take it from you.
Wow, that's true. Also, another thing that I want to cover is how's
It's
the
12 o'clock.
Oh, excuse me.
No, you're good.
How is the scheduling process? Like, does your customers go online to schedule you?
Yeah, we
or
go
like,
by Booksy. I love Booksy. That system is amazing.
Okay, yeah, because I've used Booksy, and I know there's a few other barber apps I've seen out there, but typically Booksy's been dominating the game.
Booksy's been dominating the game.
Yeah, and of course I've used Schedulista, which you probably used
I've
before.
never even heard of Schedulista.
Well, at the first barbershop,
The first barbershop I was working,
maybe they didn't use you.
I
for
guess I did.
Schedulista.
Yeah, I guess. And they probably did. I just don't remember. When I was working for that shop that we're talking about, I wasn't as focused as I am now.
Yeah, you've been.
I actually came a long way, and I think you know that.
Yeah, I know
I came a long way, man. So if you're gonna enter, another thing I can give advice to all the new barbers: if you're gonna enter the barber game, man, stay focused. Screw everybody else. Just do you, and focus on your craft. Focus on your art. Because if you don't perfect that, you're not gonna go nowhere. Wow. If you don't give good customer service, you're not gonna go nowhere. You're gonna be those barbers that just go to the barbershop, cut a couple heads. They probably don't get no returns, and go home and they show up whenever they want. It's not. When I say I'm my own boss, yes, I'm my own boss, but that doesn't mean that you come into work when you should make a schedule and come into and respect those times. I was a victim. I was a victim to that. I wasn't respecting the times that I was supposed to be coming in when I was on rent. That's another thing why I like commission. Usually barbershops that are on commission is actually more like a job.
Yeah.
Because that owner expects you to be there because you're on commission. They expect you to be there and doing what you're supposed to be doing. So that's another reason why I like commission. It kind of motivates me a little bit more.
Have you become a better barber since you first started?
Oh man. There's nothing else to do but grow. You gotta grow. If you don't grow, where are you going?
Would you ever compete in a barber competition in the future?
Yes, definitely. I was so psyched. I went to the Miami Elite, like I told you.
Yeah.
I never been to one. That was my first time ever been to one. Like I said, I've only been coming for a year and a half, 2 years. So.
Which I think it was their first time coming, wasn't it?
What? No, I think they've been here before.
Oh, okay.
I think they
I
have.
don't know.
I think they've been here before. I'm pretty sure I've heard of it, but. That motivated me so much. I felt the energy over there. I felt so much positive vibes over there when I went. That's what I experienced, and I just see everybody hustling. So it kind of like motivates you. If you weren't motivated by what you saw at Miami Elite, then maybe barber isn't for you, man.
You think the Miami barber industry? How do you see it compared to the other cities?
What do you mean?
Like New York or
and
Los
all
Angeles?
these other places?
Yeah.
I try to ask people that myself. Because we have a lot of people that come from New York, and I ask them about, how's the barbers over there? Mm-hmm. It's a very crowded city, as we all know. So there's a lot of competition, but the majority of the people that come there tell me that they rather get cut by a Florida barber than a New York barber because people in New York, they do the 10-minute haircut thing. Oh, wow. Because they're trying to get all these people out the way. It's so crowded. It's a crowded city.
It is. I was
mean,
there a couple months ago.
Right,
horrible.
But that's what but you know what? I have another barber that I look up to. His name is Official Barber. The Official Barber. Man, that guy is amazing. His shaves are crazy.
Where's he from?
Chicago.
Chicago
That's
also
what I was about
has
to
a big...
say. Chicago. He's from Chicago, and man, that guy, I want to learn so much off him.
Have you seen those barbers that use like the wax?
Yes, we do that.
Like they use
with the hot the wax?
Yeah,
yes, we do that.
I didn't know. Wow.
We do that, man.
It can hurt.
It can hurt, but your hair's not gonna grow. It's gonna last longer.
Yeah, it's smoothing.
Yes.
And also another thing is like the nose wax.
Yes,
like the
same
Q-tips.
with wax. Yes, I love doing. I did it to my nose.
I love that.
It hurt.
I mean, I don't think it hurt for me when I first did.
No, I probably did it wrong to myself.
But it's interesting because like the wax, the black mask, that's all becoming popular and normal now. Most barbershops got to do it to stay competitive.
I heard. I'm not gonna name the barbershop, but there was a barbershop that I saw the other day that's doing teeth whitening. Check me out. stay tuned because I'm trying to get my owner to get doing that. Because back in the days, people don't know this, but back in the days, barbers weren't just barbers. We weren't just cutting hair. We were doing dentistry. We were doing bloodletting. We were doing so many different things. So it's like, why not bring it back?
I know. Why did that go away?
Back in old fashioned, things.
We gotta bring that value higher.
Yeah, we gotta bring it. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I believe they're charging like $100 for whitening, for teeth whitening.
Hey, I'll do it.
What? I'll do it too.
That'd be competing against the dentist office.
Right.
Wow. What type of other innovative stuff you have been thinking about? In like the barber industry or like what areas should be improved?
You know what? I kind of want to keep that to myself. I don't want nobody getting, my ideas.
Okay. Hey,
I'm
just asking.
Hey, I know, no.
Totally fair question.
No, I know. I want to keep that to myself because you know what? Like I said, in this game, even though there's a lot of stars, there will a lot of people that will steal your ideas. And not to say that I don't want nobody else to eat because I want everybody else to eat, but I want to be the first one to bring it up because I want to show people I love what I do. I'm constantly thinking of stuff like what you just asked me.
Should a barber shop have TVs?
Yes.
Should a barber shop be open on Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah.
Yes.
All day?
Not all day. Because we got to eat too, man. We got to chill with our family. I'm hungry.
I remember, your barber shop closed around 12 or 3 o'clock. I can't remember the exact time.
Yeah.
And then you said, I can take house calls, but...
Yeah, you're going to have to charge... That was New Year's, but we got to charge a little more, because... like I said, it's not a work to me, but my time is valuable.
Exactly. Should a barbershop have a receptionist?
Yes. We don't have one.
I know that.
Miles.
It should be, well,
I want, you know what?
It should have anyway, I can't say it because people might complain.
I think there should be,
beautiful
everybody's beautiful.
Woman
Yes, everybody's beautiful in their own way. Please don't.
Some barbershops
saying this.
have a rule with that. They're like, yeah, we gotta have beautiful girls.
It's the truth, man.
It helps.
When you're attractive individual, people are more attracted to that shop. It's the truth. I'm just gonna speak facts.
Exactly.
When,
how much should a customer tip?
That depends on how your service was.
That's true.
That depends on if the barber showed you good customer service. I give good customer service to all my clients, and some of them won't even tip me. I don't take it no type of way.
Wow.
I don't take it no type of way. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't take it no type of way because I understand, like, if you don't want to tip me, some people are not even used to tipping their barbers from wherever they come from. So they don't even know about tipping. So I don't ever
American culture thing, actually.
As long as you come back to me, I'll love you.
What music should be played at the barbershop?
Not ratchet music.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm not gonna even lie to you. I'm from the hood. I've listened to a lot of all my life I've been listening to ratchet music. It's a negative vibe.
It does, yeah.
It's toxic.
It is.
I like listening to classic music now.
Like Frank Sinatra? You
could say that. I like listening to more mellow music.
Now, Barber Janone actually said Frank Sinatra is the best for a barbershop.
That's his opinion.
It is a safe pick.
We play Elvis. We play a bunch of stuff at our shop.
Oh, man. Really, really, really interested in like this whole barber industry. I think there's a little more room for innovation.
Mm-hmm.
As a technology guy and running a technology company, I always see some holes that need to be filled, and I think like the appointment part has been figured out.
Yes.
Let me book at 5. Obviously, the only problem that has not been figured out is when a client gets there late.
Right. You know what? As much as mean as I'm about to sound right now, it's true. I feel like people should pay up front for their haircut just so they value our time more. I feel like people should pay money. If you're gonna book an appointment, I feel like you should pay before you even get. You don't gotta tip us yet, but I feel like you should pay for what you're gonna do.
Pay ahead of time, you think?
Ahead of time,
That's
and
not bad,
that way you're gonna. And if you don't show up to your appointment, you just lost your money. Because time is valuable. Time is money.
How much should a haircut be these days?
It depends on how skilled that barber is. There's levels. There's always levels to everything, especially life. I think it's levels to barbering.
You think for a barbershop, each barber should just have their own prices? Or you think keep it standard for every barber?
No, man. I feel like everybody got to start somewhere. You're not going to be a fresh out the school person charging $30 a haircut. I worked my way up there. I worked my way to actually start working at a shop that charges $30 a haircut off bat. And to some people, that's still not even, some barbers, that's still low to them because they know their value. I feel like once you know your value, you can start charging whatever you want. Not to say $300 there or something like that, but
you could reach at that level if you have to.
Yeah, you
have
can.
Like 100 million followers on Instagram.
Exactly. It's just all about working yourself up. It's hard work. Nothing comes easy in life. It's just levels, man. Levels to the crap.
Who's your favorite barber from Instagram?
I got so many.
Name your top 3.
Victorino Stilo, I think I said it right. Victorino, you know what I'm talking about. A-Rod and the Official.
The Official.
He's
the guy from Chicago.
I'm gonna put one more on because that man is a savage. He's based out of here, Miami. Juice, man. Shout out to Juice, man. That's motivation right there. Especially because I grew up in Miami. I grew up in Broward as well. I grew up in both Miami and Broward. But he was based out of Miami.
Yeah, and it's interesting because people think Miami has the best barbershops. No, Broward has great barbershops.
Oh man, Broward.
I don't know about Palm Beach, but
yeah, I don't know about Palm Beach either. But we're up and coming, baby. Broward.
Yeah.
I love Broward.
Ready for some random questions?
Go ahead.
If you could have only one kitchen appliance, what would it be?
A pan.
When's a good? Should you go to work ill?
No.
Should animals wear clothes?
No.
What's your favorite Starbucks drink?
I don't really go to Starbucks.
What's your favorite McDonald's sandwich?
McGangbang.
And what's that?
They don't sell those.
Oh, okay.
I make it myself. It's a McChicken and a double cheeseburger and a chicken nugget. You smash it together.
I've heard about that actually. When was the last time you've been to the theater?
Whoa, you got me with that one. I think I saw what's that movie with the Nazis and I forget what it was. It was probably like a month ago.
Oh, okay. Would you rather buy Bitcoin or gold?
Gold.
What is your favorite Rocky movie?
Don't do that to me, man.
You didn't watch it?
I did watch it, but don't do that.
Okay.
I can't think of it.
Rocky 3 is common, or 4, I think. The one with Draco.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not really good. Like you could tell me I love music, but if you ask me about a song that I'm singing, what's the name of it? I'll probably forget. I'm not.
How do you have your pancakes?
Chocolate chip.
Oof. Can you survive in the woods for 1 month?
Heck yes.
What job you would not be good at?
No job.
Yes, I like that. What would you tell your 15-year-old self?
Oh man, stay focused and stop doing stupid things.
Are you a dog or cat person?
Dog. Hate cats.
Favorite late night food?
I get like a chocolate chip waffle and I smush it together with ice cream.
Gosh, you're nailing it. You're nailing it right there. How much can you bench?
145.
What's your favorite mustard?
Honey mustard.
If you could, would you live in a hotel?
Why not?
What's the best thing to do with your leftovers?
Give it to my dog.
And has a teacher ever changed your life? And if so, how?
Yes, my barber instructor. He tells me he's very similar to me when he was younger, but I can see it. He gets a little crazy whenever he wants to, but he's taught me a lot. He's taught me how to be respectful, persistent, the main key things to being a good barber.
That's awesome.
It really is.
And so Barber Bash, how can people reach you? How can people book you an appointment? Things like that.
Thank you for saying that. Bash_the_barber is my Instagram. If you want to reach me at my cellular device, it's going to be 754-366-5004. Hopefully I don't change it by then, which I probably doubt it because I've had that number for a while.
Yeah, if you haven't changed it by now.
Yeah, it'll be on my Instagram. Go on my Instagram. It's probably better for that.
Exactly. And any final words before we end the podcast?
Man, love and positivity, man. It's too much negativity out of this world. It's a lot of crazy things going on here. So I feel like as long as people stop hating and stop being so negative about this world, we could probably make it a better place. Um, and that's really it, man. Keep hustling, people. Whatever you're doing, whether it's barbering, doing houses, cooking, keep hustling and love your art, love what you do. Because if you don't love what you do, you're probably in the wrong section, probably in the wrong lane. And like I said, man, just stay positive. Stay positive. Keep it good, man.